The BBL surgical procedure, also known as the Brazilian butt lift, has become increasingly popular in the social world. And now that popularity is extended to loads of Brits over in the UK.
I just thought, am I gonna die? It's really weird.
My BBL was actually lit.
Today, I'm always looking to wear something that you can't see the shape of my body.
Basically, one of my implants is ruptured.
I want to find out why many females are deciding to take this risk and whether it's as glamorous as it's made to seem. Today, I'm meeting up with a social media influencer and rapper who's been very open about her experience with surgery. I want to find out more about the reasons as to why women decide to go ahead with a BBL. So, how did you get to the point where you decided you wanted to get a BBL? What were the reasons behind it?
I didn't feel like I was in shape. Like, I did have a bum, I did have thighs, but you see my waist? Yeah, like.
Would you say social media pressures also played a part as well? Because obviously, you go on this explore page and you just see so many girls with nice curves, big bums. So would you say that played a part?
Absolutely. Even me that's got my body done, I still go on Instagram, I still see these celebrities, and I'm still editing this nyash that I've already got, the waist that I've already got, the breast that I've already got. I still happen to tweak those parts on my pictures because I still go on social media and I look at myself, I look at them and I'm like, well, I don't look like that in the picture. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But I think that's something that everybody goes through to a certain degree.
So take me through the actual surgery procedure. Was it a quick and easy process? Like what was the actual procedure?
So if we're talking about BBL now, my BBL was actually lit. Like, I was back in work like less than 2 weeks. Like, I sat on my bum the next day.
Oh.
I did my surgery abroad in Turkey. I found a doctor through a clinic online. I met him in person though. It wasn't like an online consultation. He actually had his consultations here in the UK.
Dr. Carlton from Turkey, Istanbul. I'm glad to be here between these two beautiful ladies. Very happy that we made them happy.
Yes, they're very happy too.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes, we are. Thank you.
And that's our major mission, honestly.
When you get to Turkey, you do like a pre-op assessment. You meet with your nurses, you meet with your doctors, you have a place to stay. They also explain the procedure to you as well, do you understand? It's a very complex procedure, so I'm not going to really get into it.
As with a lot of surgery, it doesn't go 100% as planned, and Yasmin did mention some complications she had with her surgery.
I'm always talking about, oh, my body's lit, but I've had complications as well. In fact, I've just recently seen a breast clinic because I thought I found like a lump in my breast. I've got some weird stuff that they sent me today, but like basically one of my implants has ruptured. It's all complicated and I have to do something called an MIR scan. So, you know, emotionally it can be draining. Even if you've done surgery 4 years ago, 5 years ago, once you've put like something like silicone or plastic in the body, that can definitely come back to bite you. Social media has created this new image, this new world that was not here about 5-10 years ago, do you know what I mean? I definitely did surgery based on the bodies that I saw online, and all of us, we see these pictures online and we send it to our surgeons, hoping that we're gonna look like that. These times, that's not even the case. Maybe second or third round, but yeah, it's definitely all in the head. You really gotta go through the process to understand.
So, how would you describe your life after your surgery? Obviously, other than an increase in male attention, what would you say? How was the quality of life after?
Yeah, the usual increase in male attention. My likes have gone up, can't lie. Followers have gone up. My confidence, I mean, I thought I had confidence before, even in the body that I had before. But when I got my body done, it just really boosted my confidence and how I see myself, and you know, things that I was never able to purchase in the past, I was able to buy. I had my first girls' holiday trip, you know, where I'm wearing all my bikinis and stuff, you know, I'm doing all them beach photos, you know, and for me that was a big deal. because I never felt that comfortable like in uni or like college. Like I always felt like I was like the deadest out of everyone, you know, like I couldn't wear crop tops, all that stuff. Love yourself, treat yourself here and there. Don't wait on anybody, do you understand? And I think I learned that as well. Just really, if I want to get something done and I want to look good and feel good, just get it done.
Oh, bitch, that ain't fair. Give that horsey back his hair.
The interview with Yasmin gave me a good insight into understanding why women decide to get surgery and the whole experience around it.
That ain't fair. Give that horsey back his hair. Oh, bitch, that ain't fair. Give that horsey.
I wanted to learn more about the complications surrounding surgery, so I met up with a social influencer and YouTuber who's been very open about her regrets with her surgery. She even goes as far as urging her followers to reconsider their decision to get a BBL.
So how do you deal with the pain on a day-to-day basis? Like, what sort of remedies do you rely on?
I have to just like drink a lot of water, try not to put pressure onto that leg, and rest a lot and eat clean, because I think because it's so swollen, what they're trying to say is that I shouldn't try and add weight to that leg. I feel like the pain, it comes and it goes, so it's not a consistent pain. It will come and it goes. I don't know, sometimes it will last me the whole day. Sometimes I have good or bad days. So sometimes I'll be like, okay, on Monday, no pain. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm down.
So how would you describe the pain in your thigh? Is it
Throbbing pain.
throbbing?
Yeah, it's like 8 out of 10.
So how would you say it's affected you and your life?
It's affected me because where I've got businesses, like my hair company and all these things, like I used to be able to go out and ship orders out. I can't do that anymore, so I've got an assistant that does that for me. And it's like, I can't like go parties like that, because when you go to a party, you're there to a couple of hours. Me, I don't know when it's gonna hit me. Do you get it? So I have to kind of be more safe. Go to the gym. It's not worth it. Do you know what it was? Yeah, I think because I was always on social media and I was just a bit insecure about my weight. I was going gym in the beginning. I feel like gym was helping me, but then I was just so lazy. I couldn't be able to go gym. I gave up. Then I was just like, you know what? I need an easy way. I feel like when I did my BBL, it became a big thing because I was a bait person. So it's like, oh my gosh, Renee's gone surgery. Okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't influence people. I feel like because it's not like I've said go and get surgery. I've shared my experience. I've told you that I've done this. I've told you I've done that. So where I've come out with it, some people are just like, the people that had thoughts of doing it anyway has now got the courage to actually go and do it because they saw how I acted and how I got through certain things. I woke up and I saw my thighs bruised up. So and I was just like, why are they bruised? Because usually when you take something from that area, it's bruised. Or when you put something in that area, it goes bruised up.
So where exactly did you see this bruise?
Right here, like all here. Exactly where you see it swelling.
Oh wow, so
That's
still visible through the leg.
Yeah.
Wow.
So exactly where you see it swelling, that's where all the bruises was. Every single bruise was there.
Wow. After your second surgery, did you get the perfect body that you wanted? Did they achieve what you wanted?
I feel like after every single 3, no. They didn't. I wasn't left feeling satisfied. I was always complaining about something wasn't right. This wasn't right. I had complications. I wasn't sure about something. Something wasn't looking right to me. And every time I messaged them, it's normal.
So how did that make you feel? Like, tell me how it made you feel going all the way up there, traveling to Turkey, and always coming back basically feeling kind of empty. Like,
you know what
you
it
weren't
is,
happy.
yeah? Honestly speaking, it was just I was so exhausted and tired because it's like you've done 3 procedures in a bloody year, like 2 years basically, I think it is now. So you've done 3. I was really knackered. I was tired. I was frustrated. I just wanted it over and done with, and it still isn't. Now my leg is the problem. Everything else is fine, but it's my leg.
How does the fact that the clinic that you basically trusted with your body basically became an enemy to you? Like, how does that make you feel?
Just, I feel like I have overcome the pain that company's put me through. I feel like the trauma and how I felt and the depression that I was going through, I'm not really in that space anymore. because I feel like I had to accept that this is me right now. Do you know what I mean? And when the time is right, it will be fixed. So it had to do with a lot of, I need to accept this. I wasn't accepting it. So it's like, because I'm not accepting it, I'm dealing with that pain and the insecurities. Now I'm used to it. So, but now having to deal with it for so long, several months, I've been dealing with it. People didn't even know that I was dealing with it when I started dealing with it. So I've trained myself to deal with it. So it's like, because I've trained myself and I built up that mentality, it's like now certain things that used to affect me doesn't affect me anymore. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that BBL, it just, not everything you see on social media is glamorous, do you know what I mean? I do feel like it is one of the biggest hurdles I faced in my whole life, to be honest.
Going through complications with surgery is never easy. I wanted to know how being a social media influencer has impacted her whole experience with her surgery.
I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, I'm an influencer, so I'm always going to share my life. I'm always going to share my story to social media because my job is YouTube. I'm a YouTuber, I'm a content creator. So whatever I say to the public, it's not me telling them to do it. At the end of the day, everybody's got a mind of their own. They can do what they want to do, but me as a human being as well, if I want to do this, I'm going to do it. If I feel like I need to share my story, I'm going to do that so that in case anything happens to them, they know that, okay, Renee went and done this and this was her experience. Okay, I want to go get a BBL. Let me think before I get a BBL. Let me not just jump into it. So, yeah.
If you knew what you knew now, would you still get a BBL?
No. 100%. If I knew there was complications, if I knew that it would take time, if I knew that certain things is not going to be easy, I wouldn't have got it done. I feel like a lot of people that do it, a lot of influencers that do surgery, they lie and say it's the gym that got it to them, or they lie and be like, okay, no, I went and got surgery done if it was rosy, knowing they've been through a lot of stuff. When people was mocking my leg and stuff, I didn't look at comments. I'm the type of person, I don't like looking at comments. Like, if something negative's going on, I try my best not to look at comments because it's only going to affect me and my mental health. And majority of the time, it's these people don't know me. And it's like, when they know the truth, it's going to be, let me show her sympathy. Oh, I'm sorry for doing this. Okay, but you didn't know what I was going through when you tried to drag me at my lowest. So I don't really look at negative comments. I just let them be.
The conversation with Renee was very refreshing, and I commend her willpower in overcoming something so stressful. But the complications don't stop there. I'm meeting up with Shannon from Wales, whose surgery experience was one made in hell. Her complications still affect her till today.
So, yeah, tell me about the reasons behind you deciding to get your first surgery.
There wasn't really a particular reason why I had it done. I was in work one day, I came home and I seen an influencer tag that she had her boobs done and she tagged this Turkish company. So I clicked on there and I seen that you could have your fat from your stomach in your bum. So I thought, oh my God. I had a really big stomach, but I had like no bum and just no legs. So I just thought, well, if I can improve that, why not? So you just get like transported to a villa after you land in the airport. The food they give you was chopped up noodles, like super noodles, with 2 chicken nuggets. So now it's considered a healthy, balanced meal after you've had surgery. So you hand them over the money and they leave, and you're back to being on your own again. So they just say be ready for 6 in the morning, and that's it. They don't really speak to you other than that. So then I went to the clinic. The surgeon was like 7 hours late. He was working from like 9 in the morning till midnight, and he was quite abrupt. I mean, it's the first time you're meeting somebody, you want to be reassured that you can have this. There was no talk of what implant size you can have, how much fat they'll take out, how they inject it. They just draw on you and leave. Nothing about that experience would ever make anybody want to go back to that company. They treat you like shit. Like, they don't care about you at all. And as soon as you handed over the cash, they treat you lose weight and go to the gym. That's what I should have done.
Nobody ever wishes to have issues with their surgery, but how do you avoid it? I met up with a surgeon in Harley Street who gave me professional advice with the do's and don'ts of getting a BBL.
Oh, hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, tell me a bit about your role as a surgeon and what procedures you specialize in.
Oh, okay. I'm a plastic surgeon, okay, but my subspecialty is craniofacial surgery. So I do, I do all the procedures that you'd expect a plastic surgeon to do. Reconstructive, aesthetic, but I also do some facial and some cranial procedures from time to time, depending on what comes up. So the first thing to do would be to see the patient, to have an interview, a consultation with them, take a medical history, make sure that they are suitable and it's safe for them to undergo surgery, and then examine them to ensure that they are a suitable candidate. They got adequate amounts of fat. The most common area where you'd harvest the fat would be the abdomen, the flanks, possibly the back, occasionally the arms, but usually the abdomen and the flanks, the sides and the back. In terms of the procedure itself, it's a very technical procedure because you need, proper equipment, that's suited for this kind of procedure. So the harvesting of the fat is one segment of the procedure, the processing of the fat, and then the placement of the fat in the appropriate areas.
Why do you feel like the procedure is so popular amongst many young females in the UK?
Well, it's something that's been around for, I'd say, things come in phases, don't they? It started off in the United States. Actually, I think it was South America, so Mexico, Brazil, and then went to the United States, and then we're just catching up. But it's become so popular because everybody wants a beautiful curvy shape. It's something that's in vogue right now. A few years down the line, maybe 6-7 years, something else will come along.
Could you please explain the risks surrounding the Brazilian butt lifts procedure?
Okay, so there are risks associated with the liposuction procedure itself. So asymmetries, lumpiness, pain, bruising, and then there are complications associated with the placement of the fat, which would be, fat necrosis. So some of the fat can die. It appears like little hard lumps, painless hard lumps, but usually with massage and with time, 6 months, this usually settles. Obviously swelling, bruising, then patient dissatisfaction, patient expectations may not be met. So that's one of the main issues with aesthetic surgery, meeting patients' expectations. People expect, they think, oh, you're a surgeon, plastic surgeon, so you're a god. No, you can only do what's possible.
They want it to look like Kim Kardashian.
Exactly. They may come with expectations of looking like a celebrity. You may not be able to achieve that.
What is your advice surrounding females going to places like Turkey to get cheaper surgery?
Why get on a plane, go abroad thinking it's cheap, but you haven't taken into consideration the cost of travel, the cost of feeding, the cost of accommodation. By the time you add all that, and then you come back, will you go back every 6 weeks for follow-up in Turkey? People forget, when you have surgery, it doesn't end when the surgery ends. It ends when you finally get discharged by your surgeon. It could take 6 months, it could take a year. And then you're going to a country where, you may not be familiar with the language, you may not be familiar with the culture, and then, if you develop a complication, how do you get that sorted? On the phone, by Zoom, by Skype? I get a lot of patients who come to me and say, oh, they've just come back from Turkey, they're having a lot of swelling, they're having pain, they're having oozing, they're having leakage. But you say, why did you go to Turkey? You got well-trained surgeons here. Yes, it might be a little bit expensive, but The key, if you're going to put yourself through this, you need to find someone who first of all knows what he's doing, you know, who is well trained, and not just that, who shows empathy, who will look after you if some things go wrong, or who will hold your hand, you know, during that journey. There's just no point saying I'm going to go to Turkey because it's £2,000 cheaper. It just doesn't make sense.
In summary, what would be your advice for a female who can't get the results that they want in the gym and is considering the Brazilian butt lifts? What would be your main advice for them?
So my advice would be, you know, find somebody well trained. The easiest way to find a surgeon is, everything is online nowadays. So go online, put in the keywords that you're looking for: BBL UK, BBL London, Brazilian butt lift. Check that they've got higher specialist training qualifications. Find their specialist register at the plastic surgeon. You know, don't go to somebody who hasn't trained in aesthetic surgery and expecting him to be your liposuction. You know, make sure that he's an adequately well-trained surgeon, and then book a consultation. Go and see them. Maybe look at their websites. Look for some before and after photographs, and then go and see them. Find out what they say, but most of all, make sure that you can trust them and that you have a good rapport with them. That's the most important thing, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In my opinion, the BBL is a very good fast track for females to get their dream body, but it mostly always does come with complications that isn't highlighted and spoken about on social media. If you do want to go ahead with it, just make sure you're very aware of the risks and you do your research before. Or if you want to play it safe, just get your ass in the gym.